Hi all, I'm going to explain about data structures. I'm going to start a new subject which is prescribed by VTU. So the very first topic I'm going to start with data structure, the definition of the data structures. What is data structure? Data structure is the representation of data associate its associated operations. I mean, in other words, we can explain that as a organization of the data in the memory. As an example, you are already you know like about the array. Let us take that array and let us take the array as an example. Array is also a data structure. Okay, so why do we call that as a data structure? I told you that is the representation of the data and its associated operations. Okay. So let us take one example of the array int a of 10. You know that this is a declaration of the array, right? So here in this int is the data type. And what is an array? Array is a set of all the elements of the same data type. So if you feel all the elements are of the same data type like integer or float or character, then only you can group those elements into an array. Okay, so this is the data type of all the elements, which is also called the base type. This is also called the base type. That means the elements, the data type of all the elements of this array is called, is called the base type. And this is, A is the name of the array. A is the name of the array. Okay, so name of the array, and this is 10 is the size of the array. Size of the array. Okay, so when this particular statement is executed, what actually happens is a representation of the data. How does this data represented in the memory? That is the main concept which you are going to learn in this topic now. Okay, so when the computer comes across this particular statement, what it does is, it will allocate the memory for this array. So now the question is, how many bytes are, like we represent the memory in terms of byte, right? Bytes. So how many bytes are required for this whole array? So first let us consider how many number of bytes are required for integer variable. Okay, for an integer element. That depends upon again a machine, whether it's a 16-bit machine or 32-bit machine and all, right? So accordingly it will may take 2 bytes or 4 bytes. So I'm taking the 2 bytes. I'm assuming that the integer takes 2 bytes, and I'll show you like how the data is represented, how the data is reserved, how much bytes will be reserved for this particular array and all, right? Okay. So here this 10 elements, the space required for 10 elements, and each element is of integer data type. So each how many elements will be there? 10 elements are there, will be there in the array. Okay, so each element takes 2 bytes. So first 2 bytes will be occupied by the first element, and next 2 bytes for the second element, next 2, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, 8th and 9th, and this is 10th. Okay, so here 20 bytes, 10 into 2, because each element takes 2 bytes. So 20 bytes of memory will be allocated for this array called A. Okay, and I told you that we represent that memory locations by using bytes, right? So let the byte number here is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the address of this location. Address of this byte is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, and so on. Okay, and one more property of the array is, all the elements of the array will be stored in consecutive memory locations. That means you find the first element in the first 2 bytes, next element in the next 2 bytes, and so on. So we can't change that order. That will be in that order only. Okay, and before that we should understand that, like when we are grouping all these elements into this array, how do we access individual element in this array? That is the next thing. Okay, so we access the elements by using the indices. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2 and so on. Okay, the last will be A of 9. Okay, so the size of the array is 10. But here the index of the array always starts with 0. So A of 0, 1, 2 up to this 9. Okay, so 10 elements are there. Even though, this is 10, this is the size and this is the index, remember that. Because it is starting with 0, the last index would be 9. Okay. Now, so that means here these 2 bytes are for A of 0. The next 2 bytes are for A of 1. Okay. A of 2. A of 3. A of 4. 5. 6, 7, and this is A of 8, and these 2 would be for A of 9. Okay. So this is the way of representing. So this is the data, and also the data structure is the representation of the data. So this array is represented in the memory like this, and also the associated operations on the associated operations of this data structure. Now, what could be the operations? What are the possible operations we can operate? We can apply on the array. That is the next concept which you are going to learn. So this is the array. First of all, this is just empty array, right? So the memory will be reserved, but nothing has been stored in this memory now. Okay. So we can create the array. That means we are reserving some space, and we are the first operation. Okay, let me list that. Create is the first operation. That means we are creating an array, and we are allocating the memory, and also we are going to read the elements of the array that will be stored in this location. So because these are all in the consecutive locations, all the elements will be in the consecutive locations. To read, we can make use of the for loop. So we can read the elements of the array by using this for loop. For I is equal to 0, I is less than, here if you take this particular example, this will be 10, and this is I plus plus, and scanf %d, then ampersand A of I. So that means when I is equal to 0, the first location, the scanf A of ampersand A of 0. That means what is this? This is an address operator. You are going to read accept the value from the user, and you are going to store that value at this address of A of 0. That means suppose the user has entered the value 10. So 10, the binary equivalent of 10 will be stored in this location A of 0. In the same way, when I is incremented, we are going to read the value from the user, and that will be stored in the second location, and so on. And what is the advantage of all the, storing all the elements in a consecutive manner? Once you know the address of the first element, don't you think it is very easy to calculate that the address of the remaining elements? So these things we will discuss in the next video lecture. First, let me clarify actually what is data structure. So this is the representation of the data, and these are the operations. The first operation is to create the data, and the next one is accessing or traversing. So let us take the traversing as an operation on this. What is meant by traversing? Visit all the elements of the array. So we have like print. To print all the elements, we need to traverse all the elements from the beginning till the end. So that is the traverse operation. And also we can insert some new elements into the array. So that can be the next operation, insert. And also we want to delete something from this. Okay. Otherwise we are given some element which is called a key element. Key is equal to 20, and we are going to search whether this 20, the key element, is present in the array or not. Okay, so that is the search operation. So we have two kinds of searches. One is linear search, and the next one is binary search, which we are going to learn about all these things properly later. Okay, this is a search operation, and you may want to, like, all the elements are there, and you want to process all the elements in the ascending order. You want to keep all the elements in the ascending order or descending order, something like that. So which is called a sorting operation. Next, we may want to merge some two arrays are there. You want to merge these two arrays into one array, which is called the merge operation. So these are all the operations that can be operated, that can be applied on this data structure called array here. So how do you define the data structure? A data structure is a way of representing the data and also its associated operations. So data structure array, this is a way of representing this array in the memory, and these are the operations associated with the data, with this data structure called array. Okay, this is about the introduction about data structures, and we will see what are the data types, the different types of data structures and all in the next video lecture. Thank you.